back to my channel. So a couple of videos ago I posted my skincare routine and took you through all the steps I do day, night, and weekly. And while I was editing it and watching it back, I realized that I didn't really go too much into detail about how I care for my sensitive skin, because I have probably some of the most sensitive skin ever. So I do take a lot of steps and use a lot of certain products to keep my skin happy, because if it's not happy, neither am I. So the first thing I want to talk about is exfoliating, which I went into a little bit into my in my skincare routine video. I did talk a little bit about exfoliating for sensitive skin, but I wanted to go a little bit more in depth about it. So the first thing I want to say is that if you're going to exfoliate with sensitive skin, you need to know there are 3 different types of exfoliation. There's physical exfoliation, chemical exfoliation, and oil exfoliation. So the first one we're going to talk about is physical exfoliation. And basically what that means is that you are physically rubbing or scratching at your skin to exfoliate it. Now obviously that's not going to be good for sensitive skin. Scratching, rubbing, anything like that is going to cause irritation basically no matter what you do. But there are some products out there that can help you exfoliate in a physical way without harming your skin. So the first thing you want to look for in an exfoliant for sensitive skin is something like this. And I know I've talked about this a million times, but you guys really have to believe me, it's so good. And the reason you want to look for something like this is because this has jojoba pearls in it. And jojoba pearls are going to do the exfoliation job without irritating your sensitive skin. So this is from Petite Jardin Milano. This is really good. There's also cheaper options. Okay, so this is another product for sensitive skin that works pretty well. I do use it. I don't use it that often, but I do use it. My husband uses it for his oily skin. And this does not have jojoba beads in it, but it does have fine pearls. And that should be okay for your skin. If you're really sensitive, I would really just go for products that have jojoba beads in them. But if you're kind of in the middle, or your skin doesn't always go super crazy, then you could try something like this. I don't know if you're going to be able, you can't even see them. There's a little bit of the mask and you can't see the beads in there, but once you feel it, you'll know that it has exfoliating beads in it. It also says right on it. There are also a lot of drugstore brands who do cover sensitive skin, especially Bailea has a whole line for sensitive skin and ultra sensitive skin. So those are ways that you can take care of your exfoliation. If you need to do it a physical way, those are some ways that you can handle it. There are some things you should avoid when you have sensitive skin and you want to use a physical exfoliator. You should always remember to avoid anything with apricot or walnut exfoliants, because those are way too scratchy and they will harm your face. So please be careful when you're using things like this, and please make sure you're reading the ingredients, because you don't want to irritate your skin, because it's just going to make everything worse. So the second type of exfoliation for sensitive skin, which is actually the recommended type of exfoliation, is chemical exfoliation. And what you're going to be doing is using enzymes or acids on your face to dissolve dead skin cells. This method involves no rubbing, no scratching. So this is really good. It's recommended by dermatologists for sensitive skin exfoliation. I have used a chemical exfoliator in the past, and I do prefer the physical exfoliators, but sometimes if I'm having some kind of rosacea flare-up, which happens pretty often, or if I'm just feeling super sensitive, I will go with a chemical exfoliation. The third type of exfoliation is an oil exfoliation. And basically what that is you're going to be using some form of oil that isn't going to clog your pores. Normally jojoba oil is the recommended oil. And you're going to put that on your face, a thin, semi-thin layer, and then you're going to take a cotton round or whatever, some form of soft material. If you don't have a cotton round, use whatever you would normally use. A soft washcloth would also work. And after leaving the oil on for about 5 to 10 minutes, you're going to take whatever material you're using and you're going to softly, in circular motions, rub your face. Now, the idea here is to not move your face, but to move the product. So that's the whole idea behind oil exfoliation, is to just softly move around the oil until it gets rid of your dead skin cells. Obviously, if you have sensitive, oily skin, this is probably not the best road for you to go, and in that case, I would definitely recommend using a chemical exfoliator or a physical exfoliator, but the first rather than the latter. So before we go on, while we're still talking about exfoliation, I wanted to bring up a product that I use personally for exfoliation and also to treat my rosacea. This is a konjac sponge, and there are many different types of konjac sponges, but the one I have is formulated with French pink clay, and that is going to help treat rosacea. And basically what you're going to do with this is you're going to take a small amount of water, and then you're going to, it's kind of like a beauty blender. You're just going to get it in there and have it soak up as much water as possible. Mine doesn't feel like soaking up water today. It does work better under running water. Unfortunately, I don't have a sink up here. Okay, so before the sponge was super duper hard. Now as you can see, I can squish it around. And every day, twice a day, I use it just like this. This method will bring the, oh my goodness, it's very slippery. This is how I treat my rosacea with it. The pink clay in here will come out when you rub it on your skin. You're just supposed to rub it in small circular motions, and that will help treat redness, and it feels really, really good. It does smell, it smells like clay. Definitely smells like clay. But I do use this twice a day, every day, and it has helped greatly with my rosacea. As you can see, it's a very porous sponge. So when you buy one of these, you can use it for up to, I think it is 60 days. And you're supposed to store it in a dry, airy place, because if it stays wet like this, say if you leave it in your shower or next to the sink, it will mold and you will have to throw it away and get a new one. So when I use this for exfoliation, what I do is I take some of whatever exfoliator I'm using. Obviously right now I'm using the Petite Jardin one. So I will take a little bit of that and spread it onto my face, and then use this to rub it in circles and exfoliate my skin, and then I just rinse this out and store it in its proper place. So this is I find a good alternative for, say, an exfoliation mitt or those type of things that you can buy at the drugstore, because not only is it more gentle, but it does have a lot of skincare ingredients, and it's also going to feel a lot better than one of those scratchy mitts. And as we said before, we know we don't want scratches and we don't want super hard rubbing on our sensitive skin. So I would really suggest everyone grab one of these. I'm going to link this one down below. There's also a ton of other ones on the same website, so you can find one that matches your skin type. So going on with the theme of rosacea, what I have found that works very well for me is this V-Naze system. Now, it does look like a lot, but let me break it down product by product, which you may have seen in my skincare routine video. If not, I will go through it one more time. So this is the anti-redness cleanser, and what I normally do is in the morning and in the evening, I take a cotton round and I pump one pump of this onto it, and I spread it onto all the areas that I normally have rosacea flare-ups, which are my cheeks and my nose. And then I just rub it in with the cotton round until I can't see any more product on my skin. Then I take the thermal water and I spritz it all over my face and wipe it clean with another clean cotton round. So not only does this help to treat rosacea and redness in your skin, it's also going to help you remove extra makeup. Sometimes those makeup wipes and other makeup removers don't get all of it, so if you use a product like this, you can really make sure that your pores are being clean and that won't irritate your skin. So this is specially formulated for sensitive skin. There are other forms of this same product that is not for sensitive skin, so this brand really does cater to every skin type. I really do recommend this because it is a full line. Like I said, I go in with this after I cleanse with this, and this is one of the newer items that I've added to this line. I didn't have this before because I thought it was kind of silly, but it really makes a difference. It really does between normal water. This is packed with skincare ingredients, absolutely packed with them, and it does a really good job of treating my rosacea, and it also helps calm down my skin. If I'm having a really bad flare-up, I will spray this on my flare-up and it will start to calm down and at least feel a little bit better. So to round out the rosacea treatment, I put on twice a day this anti-redness cream. This is from the same brand. This is Avene. And I just put this on both of my cheeks and a little bit on my nose. And this is actually formulated with this water. So if you don't want to get the water, you really don't have to. These are also all non-comedogenic ingredients, so they're really awesome for sensitive skin. It's not going to make your rosacea go away. That's not really something you can do unless you have a prescription from a doctor for a medication, but these will help, and especially when you're having a painful flare-up, items like this will help you. It will feel a little bit better and it will start to calm down. Next thing I want to talk about is sun protection, and I have a major issue with sun protection, as you probably can imagine, because I am so white. So I have a few sun products here that I use, and some of them are drugstore, some of them are a little bit higher end, but something you will notice about almost all of these products, I have 4 here, but I can't really, let's see, there we go. I have 4 products here, and something you will notice is that most of them are SPF 50. And in case those of you who don't know, the SPF basically only means how long you can keep this on, especially if you're going in the water, before you're going to need to reapply it. That's all SPF means. So this is the one that I use on my face and my body when I know I'm going to be out for a really long time. This is by Garnier. This is the Amber Soleil Sensitive Expert. This is, again, formulated for sensitive skin and has the highest SPF that you can get in Germany. It's actually formulated for kids because kids are normally out longer and their skin is a lot more sensitive to UV rays and sun exposure. But I bought this because it has the highest SPF that you can get, and although it's really expensive, it does a really good job. I really have to be careful with going out in the sun. I don't tan at all. I'll immediately turn bright red, be burnt, and be in serious pain, and that's why I don't enjoy summer very much. But this is a good option. It is a little bit up there in price. If you have kids, I really do suggest this one. Because you do have more time with this one than you do with any other brand. So you don't have to keep pulling them out of their activities and putting sunscreen back on them. This is Nivea Sun, and this is a waterproof sun roller. It blocks UVA and UVB rays. And I use this on my face just because it's convenient with the roller. It's easy to throw in my bag. And you can also roll it on your neck, chest, wherever you need extra protection. This is also SPF 50+, and this one is really cool because it is not supposed to stain your white clothing. This was actually these were sent to me by Nivea, which I've actually already repurchased them because I wear SPF every day on my skin. That is one thing that you should make sure you do if you have really sensitive skin, is always apply SPF. Even in the middle of winter, there are UV rays around that can harm your skin, so super sensitive people should always be wearing an SPF of some kind. In the winter, you can probably go down from a 50 unless you're super sensitive like me, but always be wearing an SPF. And if you're looking for a really convenient one, I would suggest the roller type. This is a spray. This is from Sundance Sport. This is a 50. This is not extra high, but this is 50 SPF. It is waterproof, sweat-proof, and it's UVA and UVB protection as well as the Nivea one. These ones are okay. I do rather prefer the lotions because I feel like this never really sets into my skin and does kind of leave an oily film over it. But for kids, it's really fast, and like I said, the 50 protection is really awesome. And the last thing I want to talk about is a regular body sunscreen. This is one that I use just on my body because even in the summer, a lot of the time, I'm not very much exposed. My chest is exposed, my arms, that's about it. So this is what I would use on my body. It is only a 30 SPF. It is UVA and UVB protection. It is sweat-proof, it is waterproof, and it won't stain your clothes. But this is one that I recommend for your body. You can also use it on your face. This would be a good one for winter time when you need to dial down the SPF, but you still want to make sure you're protected. This would be a good one. So I really hope I gave you some good information in this video. I tried my hardest to stay on topic because I do sometimes get a little bit confused. I am still learning myself, and anytime I learn something new, I will definitely update you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There should be a link somewhere on your screen. Also appearing on your screen is a link to my blog, and down below are 2 links to other videos I've made that might interest you. My social media is all linked in the description bar. Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook if you're interested in checking me out on any of those. And I hope to see you again very soon.